Teachers who took part in the CMLC grant learned how to be effective math coaches, participate in PLCs, and all about the math practice standards and the Common Core state standards. To get ready to be effective math coaches, we had to practice first.
Yeah, you can do it. All right, so Mark, when I observe your lesson, sorry, hey Mark, how are you doing?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you for making me feel comfortable right away.
Sorry about that. How's your day going?
Super.
Good.
Let me get that for you.
So we're here to reflect on the observation. I know, and your, our last one, our focus as the coach, observer, was to focus in on student vocabulary, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh God, this is okay. So when I was observing, do you feel the lesson went well? Do you feel students used math vocabulary? Yes or no? See, I'm fixing
Yes.
myself as I do it. Can you give me some examples of where students use their vocabulary talk or math talk?
Why, sure. Thank you for asking. Let me expound on that. Oh gosh, when we were talking about, what were we talking about? The divisors and dividends, the kids use the right words instead of timesing and
Beautiful.
that kind of stuff.
And do they use those terms? There's a yes/no question. See, I'm trying to better myself as I'm doing this too. So bear with me, Mark, because
All right. Well, how do you feel about your lesson? I feel like the kids were engaged, and I was happy about the conversation that was happening.
Good, good. I agree. I did notice one thing. I heard you say that 8 divided by 0 is 0. Do you remember saying that?
That's how I said it.
Yes.
How do you think I can fix that with the kids tomorrow?
Let's talk about that. You use a lot of math talk in your classroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a wonderful lesson to teach kids that you make mistakes. So maybe reapproach the problem and say that you made a mistake.
As a group, we tried to identify coaching strategies for each stage of the process. Then we put our practice into action.
Okay, and then going back to this one, what do students need to know and be able to do in order to be successful with the lesson?
They need to bring, right up there are all my, those are the vocabulary cards I made from this last chapter
Okay.
with multiplication. So today we're testing on that. We'll see who has grasped these concepts, who needs additional
Extra
work
help
on that. So I guess the prior knowledge would be
Okay, the main part of the lesson is the students should know, or we're going to practice how to act out problem-solving situations using concrete models. So that could be actual, pretend coins or dollar bills or anything like that. But the 4 steps that we've been using through the whole curriculum for math with problem solving is, the first one is to understand the problem, and the second one is to plan how they're going to figure out the problem. The third one is to solve, so then they actually solve the problem. And then the fourth and the last step is to check their answer and make sure that it makes sense, that it's reasonable.
Do you think that they might be having trouble with how to make their plan because maybe they might not understand the problem, or are they understanding the problem fine?
They usually understand it. It's just because there's 3 different strategies that they could use, and so they're not always sure which one they want to use or
Right.
which one works the best for them.
Are you allowing them to use multiple strategies,
Well-
or do you want them to use what you're practicing?
In this lesson, there's actually going to be 3 different strategies that they can use.
Okay.
One of them is drawing a picture,
Okay.
and the other one is using logical reasoning, just, does it make sense? And then the third one is like actually acting it out. That's what this main strategy is,
Okay.
acting it out and using those coins or manipulatives to solve.
Okay. And then,
All right, so here we go. A baker has made a tray of fresh muffins. Use the array, and we've learned what an array is earlier in multiplication, to write a related multiplication and division sentence. To find the unknown. What's usually our symbol for the unknown? Avery, what's usually that symbol for the unknown?
Well, let's do both. Let's do first how you felt it went, and then what happened, after.
I thought the review was good. They seem, for the most part, there's obviously a few that never raise their hand and are always confused. But for the most part, I felt like a good majority of them had their hands in the air, which to me meant they were confident enough in the fact that they knew the material to even raise their hand. But then on the test, they did not do so.
So, what, you saw hands in the air, I saw hands in the air, I saw enthusiasm, correcting each other,
Yep.
Looking through to find something in their notes, oh, I remember this, and lots of engagement,
In our PLC, we solved authentic math problems and shared the answers with each other. To share what they learned, teachers from the grant created a flash mob sharing their knowledge of the math practices and performed at Green Lake at the Wisconsin Math Conference in the spring of 2013.